Yeah, a couple of things to say. Firstly, how proud I am of our team. There's a lot of external talk about not wanting to play this game. We've come off an extremely disappointing result against England where we got beaten by a team who played better than us on the day, but I think we've come back out and shown some real character and commitment to the jersey. So hopefully we've made a lot of New Zealanders who have travelled and a lot of New Zealanders back home proud. And secondly, I'd like to commend Wales as well, because I think they came to play. It was a good game of footy, and at the end of the day, the game is bigger than all of us, and we're continually trying to capture people to become part of this great game. And you know, if you come with intent to play, and lots of tries were scored today by both teams, we can capture more and more people and get them excited about the game. And lastly, I'd like to wish England and South Africa all the very, very best tomorrow. We'll have a new World Cup champion, and whoever it is, will commend them for their efforts, because it's a very hard tournament to win.
First question, Sil.
Steve, you just commended Wales on the way they played. Do you think if they'd shown similar ambition last week, they might have been able to push South Africa even closer than they did, or even win that game?
No, look, it's not for me to talk about what they could have done last week. You know, it's always difficult. People look at things and, you know, they get perceptions, but unless you're in the environment yourself, you don't know. So the game last week was what it was, because that's the way it was played, and you know, South Africa come out on top, so they're playing tomorrow night.
Hi, Steve. First of all, congratulations for what you have achieved with the All Blacks in all these years. You said that the defeat at the Rugby World Cup in 2007 helped in creating the desperate desire of building something within the players for the World Cups to come. Do you think this is going to be the case for the next 4 years, considering that maybe it's going to be a little bit more different and difficult, thinking that rugby is changing a lot and rugby is maybe moving northward to the Northern Hemisphere with the economical power, players moving there and so on? Thank you.
Well, firstly, I don't think that's anything new. Like Northern Hemisphere has always had the say about what happens. Six Nations have been doing that for years, and I think that's one of our issues with our game. We need to become a global game and make decisions that are right for the game, rather than what's right for a region. So there's a big challenge for us in our game, to put our own personal desires to the side and actually do what's right for the game. And we struggle with that a wee bit at the moment. Do I think it's going to be tougher to win a World Cup? Of course it is, because everyone's getting better, you know, and for a long time we can take a lot of pride in what we've done, because we've asked teams to get better, to play better, because they want to beat us. England have done that. South Africa have done it on occasions, and both those teams are in the final. So, you know, now it's up to them, isn't it? And we're chasing them. And I know, with my time now finishing, I know the All Blacks will continue to strive to be better. You know, I've been incredibly lucky with the people, you know, great leaders in Richie, and then for Rito to come in and continue that. I've had great support from the coaching staff and management. You know, Fozzie's outstanding coach in his own right. Chrono's a brilliant coach. So you don't do what we've done over the years just with one person. So I guess our challenge is now to, you know, regroup and reset the goals for the next 4 years. However, what I do know is the young men that are going to come back have a personal pain. They've experienced something that you can't tell them about, you can't convince them about until it's personal to themselves. And it's now personal. So that'll make them a little bit more dangerous. And I look forward to seeing them grow and continually to grow. And I look forward to the game doing the same thing, because the more competitive it is, the greater it is for the game.
Hi, Kieran. I just wonder if you could just talk to us about the emotions of the day that started with you leading the haka and ended with you sharing a special moment on the field with your children. If you could just talk a little bit about that and just what's going through your head now that I guess the realisation's hit home that it's over.
Yeah, it's been a great day. I've tried to really make sure I stay in the moment, actually enjoy this day. I think my emotions at the start of the week, I was able to get them all out of there. So pretty much today I was just about process. I wanted to play well, I wanted to come out and soak it up and enjoy the occasion, and that's what I did. And look, the guys, I just love playing with this team and my teammates, and you know, to see at the end you got your family out there to come in and share a bit of a special moment. It was great, and I'll hold these memories for a long time. And it's you know, I'm going to look back with you know, in terms of this World Cup, it's going to be a little bit time to get over, but certainly in the end I'll be, you know, come back with some fond memories and remember today as well.
Ian, at the back, can you please talk to us about what this guy sitting to your left is as first a person and then as a coach? Why has he created teams that have been so successful in environments that allow such success, yet such joy, such compassion, such family? What does he do well as a coach and as a person to do that?
He'll probably hit me if I get a bit gushy with him, but look, it's been a really special period, and Steve, I mean, both these men, but you asked about Steve. When you look at the environment, you look at the leadership, and he's been incredibly demanding on this group, and the expectations have always been high, but it's always coupled with a massive degree of compassion and empathy for the individual. And so when you get that mix right, you get a formula that's pretty special. And you know, it's the fact that the guys can put their hand up and say they're struggling and know that they can get help with that, but they also can get a boot up the bum if they cross a line. So it's that blend that Steve brings and has brought it beautifully into this group. And you know, to me, or to all of us as a management team, he's been a massive drive behind the standards that we've been chasing. So, you know, I can't say anything higher really than he's added to it, to a legacy that means a lot to him, and he's added his own little special chapter, which is massive. He should be something him and Tash and his kids and that should be incredibly proud of.
Thanks, Foz.
Steve, have you had a chance to reflect yet on kind of the journey that this generation of All Blacks have been on, and that this may never be recreated within the sport again, this domination?
Well, I hope it's going to be recreated. I hope this team recreates it. That's what we're about. But no, I haven't really had time. This whole week has been about making sure that we create an environment as a coaching group and management group that these men who are hurting incredibly, you know, from knowing that they haven't achieved their goal, can get up and play well tonight. So I'll be like Kieran. We'll deal with what we have to deal with over the next couple of days, and you know, find a nice quiet place at home and sit down and have a few drinks with Tash, and you know, we'll have a few laughs and you know, salute a few times and probably get drunk.
Stop there, Steve. Where this is going?
Well, see, the Kieran's still only 30 odd, I'm 60, so what he's thinking about doesn't happen that often these days. Not as much as I'd like anyway.
Steve, just how nice to go out with a performance like that and then share it with lots of New Zealanders who stayed in the crowd today.
Oh, look, I mean, if you're going to play in the final that you don't want to be in, you want to win it. You know, we're a competitive bunch, we're a proud bunch, and all week we talked about the need to represent the legacy of the jersey. What would it expect from us as a group, and what would our fans expect? And it's those expectations that help you get a bit up and show your true character. Rito led really, really well this week, you know, and he's a great leader, but I think this week he needs to take a bow because he was hurting probably more than most. And we saw that early in the week, but he put his own personal feelings to the side and knew that this team had to get up. And, you know, when you sit there and you see the performance that they put in, you can be nothing but proud of it. And, you know, I'm sure there's lots of New Zealanders and All Black fans all over the world that will be proud of what we did today. And that's taking nothing away from Wales. I know it's a tough time for them, so don't want to be gloating about what we've done when they're hurting.
Steve, you've had plenty of test matches against Moran Gatland. How fierce a competitor has he been for you, and how glad are you that he's coming back home to New Zealand now?
Well, I think we've played 10 times and might be 8 wins, 1 loss and 1 draw. So it's been competitive, yeah. You know, he's coaching a team in Wales that, you know, I once coached. So, yeah, you take a lot of notice of what's happening, and he's done a wonderful job coaching them. Having him back in New Zealand for a year, I'm not sure how that's going to work, to be honest, because he's going to go and do the Lions after that. So there's not going to be a lot of continuity there for the Chiefs and him. But I'm sure he'll work his way through that.
We're going to have time for 2 last questions. So here, and I think I had one in the back.
Japan Shueisha Matsuse. My question is to Captain, please. Did you personally, this first World Cup in Japan, any special memories?
Made some very special memories over here in Japan. It's been a great 2 months. I think from the first time we set foot on in Japan, off the plane, we've had so much support from the Japanese people. So for me, that's probably the memories I'll take is, you know, the support that we've got. It's been absolutely fantastic. I think Adidas have, you know, run out of the jerseys in Japan twice, I think, you know, how many people have bought them. So it's fantastic to see. I just really hope, I'm looking forward to coming back here, and I hope this game just continues to grow because we've seen how good Japan were in the World Cup as well. So, you know, if they keep working hard and they get themselves sorted out, they're going to be a real threat to World Rugby.
Last question in the back.
Steve, you've been involved with this team for so long, and it's going to be a team that you're going to be connected with for the rest of your life. I wondered, as a watcher of this team, now that you're not going to be involved, what's it going to be like to sit down on your couch and just watch the team and not be involved and have that, I guess, that control that you've had?
That'd be pretty good, I reckon. Beer in one hand and access to another one in the other one. No pressure. But, you know, as you say, you'll always be connected to the team. It's like a family. You'll always want it to do well. One thing I'll promise, so I need you guys to hear this, so you don't come bothering. I won't be talking about what they should be doing or how they should be doing it. And if you ring me and ask me that, it won't be a very good conversation. And yeah, but yeah, look, I'm looking forward to be able to spend some quality time with Tash. I mean, she's been fantastic support. I couldn't have done the job without her. You know, she's a way better leader than I am. She's wiser, she's better looking and smarter. So, you know, she ticks all the boxes. So yeah, I mean, I just wish and hope that this team continues to grow and get better, and they'll look on with it, at it, you know, with great pride. And you know, again with the game, you just want the game to keep being better, because without it, you know, it would be a fairly miserable lot. So, as Robin McBride said.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be starting the mix zone shortly, so we invite everybody to make their way to the mix zone. Thank you.